So a beautiful, wonderful AFK forge farming has now been entirely nerfed by Bungie, and we're also here to explain the current situation in the world of Destiny, which is sunsetting. Now getting on to the first topic of the video, Bungie Help, the Twitter handle at Bungie Help, basically the Bungie tech team, IT team, whatever you want to call these guys, they just relay some important information. They basically just put out a tweet randomly today or yesterday, June 15th. We have implemented a change where players can now return to orbit. Well, players now return to orbit after completing the Forge activity. Players will need to re-enter the queue if they wish to enter the activity again. Now what this means is that they basically just said, hey, y'all like AFK forge farming? Well, we're going to put the hammer down on this yet again. So if you want to use or play the forge activity, you need to re-enter the queue always. Now for one, this is going to be completely aggravating when I actually do these forges, because again, I always got to re-queue up, and sometimes in Destiny with the long load times, I play on console, if you're laughing at me if you have SSD, I do be like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then I come back, and then I gotta find a queue. It's gonna be really, really frustrating because it's tedious work. But at the same time, I think it's the only fix they could do, because they can't take Umbra engrams out of the rotation of a possible winning reward for just completing the activity. Because at the same time, it's like, why would I ever play a forge if I can't get these new engrams? Like it's definitely something that Bungie didn't want to do, and they just resorted to a more tedious way of going about the forge. But yeah, Bungie basically shut down AFK forge farming, so whatever you guys did is whatever you guys did. Now back to the power grind. Now as I was editing this video, this thing just popped up out of nowhere. Bungie Help has issued what's going on with this recent reset, fixes that they are doing, and basically a server-side fix has been implemented that will resolve the following issues. Players weren't receiving the appropriate amount of twisted energy after earning Umbra Enhancement 2, and focus engrams could sometimes decrypt at a higher power level than intended. So yes, those power level engrams you were getting from the Umbra engrams has seemingly been nerfed. My thoughts about this is I thought it was kind of the point of these engrams. These are also power engrams, a reason why you should be playing all these contact events, doing a bunch of activities. You want to get these engrams because you want to power up, and this is a way you can power up. But apparently that was not the case, and I'm a bit disappointed from that. But yeah, that's anything. This is pretty much just happened now. I think it's pretty important. But yeah, Umbra engrams have been nerfed. AFK forge farming has also been nerfed, and we're going to talk about sunsetting next. Alright guys, so now on to sunsetting. So we're here with my character, and we got to show you guys what I mean with sunsetting. Now, recently, this whole season, I would like to view as a warning sign to let you guys know like what gear is going to be valuable and not valuable for obviously the next expansion and the future of Destiny 2. Now, I'm a little disappointed by some of the choices because I like a lot of things in Season of the Worthy, and there's some things from that season that is compared, like right now, going to be obsolete. So it kind of felt like that season was a waste of time, except for the Fellwinter's Lie. That is obviously going to be seeing a, obviously some future in Destiny 2. Now, if we go to what's good, now let's go to False Promises. And now we're going to look at the power level here. Now, it's currently a 1022, but the power limit for this is 1360. Now what this means is that this obviously will be carried over all the way into 1360. Now is next expansion going to be the power cap 1360? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe this is probably what they're ideally going for up until the Witch Queen expansion. We got to wait and see what goes on with that. But right now the seasonal power cap, as it states here, 1060 is a seasonal power cap, so I can only get up to 1060 this season. But in the future, I can get it all the way up to 1360. Once it reaches 1360, it's going to be obsolete, not useful, and I need to, obviously, look for more gear going out. Now, what's bad? Now, let's look at the Recluse over here. So, if we go here, we see it's a 1018 currently for me. I haven't infused it, but the power cap for this is going to be 1060. Now, this means that even though the seasonal power cap is 1060 and I can only get up to 1060, when the seasonal power cap is increased, the Recluse or in any gear that says this will not be going forward. Now, in my honest opinion, while it hurts me to let go of the Recluse in the future, I do like the fact that, there's a lot of legendary weapons that have become, staples of builds, and the fact that, Bungie's recognized this as a problem in terms of, not really giving a purpose to play. I think this is a good way to make guns valuable again, especially legendary weapons. Now, exotics won't be seeing this. But yeah, you know, the Recluse getting shut down and other things. Now, if we take, you know, look at this season's armor set, let's just go to this helmet. Now, if we look here, obviously 1360, this armor headpiece, this headgear is going to be obviously like other pieces that are coming out this season. You know, 1360 is going to be, you know, the max power cap for this gear. We all get that point. Now, when it comes to armor for the recent raid of Garden of Salvation, now this is something that's confusing people, and I'm glad Bungie came out and clarified this. Now, if you see here, 1012 is a power cap, and the seasonal power cap and the power limit is both at 1060. But they also stated that the raids are going to be important, the Last Wish, Garden of Salvation, and the Beyond Light raid. So what does this mean in terms of, you know, the seasonal power cap or the power limit for these gear sets? Well, currently, this is a bug. It's not supposed to be displaying 1060, but they have to fix it at some point. It's not that big of a deal until obviously it becomes a big deal. But yeah, 1060 armor pieces and weapons from these raids, as of right now, they're all going to be 1360 power caps, so don't be dismantling them or just keep them around for your collection in general. Bungie is obviously going to fix this little bug. I mean, at this point, Bungie with this bug, it's like, I don't even know. It's not even that big of a deal, but, you know, just letting you guys know that raid gear is still valuable if it's the Last Wish, Garden of Salvation, and obviously the next raid coming out, next expansion. Now, one thing I do want to show you guys is weapons that have been in the game but have received, obviously, a buff in terms of, you know, reintroduction into the world pool. Now, I don't have any of the dungeon things or dungeon gears or, you know, guns. We have the Equilos set pieces and gear weapon pieces. So, not gear pieces, the armor pieces, not armor pieces, weapon pieces. Jesus Christ. I don't know what's going on with me today. But the last Perdition has been a gun that's been in the game for some time. Now, it's a pulse rifle. It's been a Crucible pulse rifle for some time. But it's been reintroduced in Season of Arrivals, hence why this whole logo thing is over here. And it has the updated power cap of 1360. So even though a weapon might be in the rotation for a while, just because it's in the rotation for a while doesn't mean it's going to be deleted from the game. It could be reintroduced into the world pool and reacquired. Now, obviously, I don't know if there's going to be any new mods to this one currently. I haven't seen if there's any new mods for this one. But in general, they said that a lot of these weapons will be getting rerolls of mods, new mod sets, and stuff like that. So that's something to keep in mind in the future for Destiny 2. Now, I really hope I explained the sunsetting to you guys. It really took this season to come out for me to fully grasp what they were going for. And just, you know, give you guys some informative stuff, because they were all giving us information, and we have to, me personally, I have to see it before I can understand it. And I'm glad that they finally came out with this, and this season is going to be as a warning season rather than a full-on just this is what's useless, you know, from now on into forever. Because obviously we are waiting the arrival of Beyond Light. I cannot wait for that expansion. Destiny has a bright future besides it being the Age of Darkness now. But yeah, I'm excited to see what Destiny 2 has to offer, and I hope you guys were informed by this video talking about sunsetting as well as the tragic demise of AFK forge farming. With that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like this video, it'd be greatly appreciated, and subscribe for more Destiny 2 content like this, as well as content from other games I play on the channel. With that being said, hope you guys have a good one. Shanaji here, and I'm out.